Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today I am doing a singles love reading for the sign of Cancer. So it is a singles love reading, however, if you also fall under it's complicated, that's something that could come up as well. And when people ask what your sign is, that's just your sun sign, but you also have, your moon, your Venus, your rising, so feel free to check out all four. That way, since this is a collective reading, you'll kind of get more of a picture for yourself personally. And let's jump in. So we're going to do the romance angel cards first to kind of see your theme. So right now it's mid-end of August 2019, so we're going to go up to like mid-September 2019, so kind of through the next month. If you're watching this at a later date, this is a timeless reading, so just kind of, if I say what's kind of going on, now to, the next month from now, just, take, because if you're called to this video at a later date, you were meant to hear the message then. So what is your theme, Cancers? Ooh. That was a lot of cards. We're gonna narrow it down. So what is the theme for Cancers in love? One more. Okay, so we have romantic feelings, heart-to-heart conversations, and wedding. Okay, so for some of you Cancers watching, you're probably, for some of you, you are in complicated relationships. You already have feels for someone. It's someone, maybe you do want to settle down with. It's just maybe they don't know it, or maybe they haven't been serious and, you're wanting to kind of maybe lock it down and secure the foundation. For some of you, this could just be about if you are single, there's not someone in mind. It's just maybe you're ready to kind of settle down and you're maybe wanting someone on your level, not just physically, but like emotionally and mentally and even spiritually, where, you don't want to settle for less anymore. You really want someone that makes your heart sing, that makes your, gives you the butterflies, but also is compatible with you. Okay, so blocks. What are your blocks, Cancers? Okay, attraction. So for some of you, you could feel like you always attract the wrong type of person. And maybe that's why you're not getting what you want, because you're maybe wanting something deeper and more concrete. Sorry, I think I'm losing my voice a little bit, and I'm starting to, this is also my fourth video that I've been doing, because I did Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, so if I start messing up on my words, I apologize. You Deserve Love came out. So yeah, some of you might feel like you attract the wrong people. And for some of you too, it could be like it's because you really don't feel maybe worthy. And maybe this block goes back to childhood is what I'm getting. One more for blocks. Oh, and trust. One thing I'm getting is some of you put your trust in the wrong people. Again, maybe that's, and maybe you're attracting these types because it's like about a deeper issue, and it's maybe you're not wanting to recognize it. And for those of you who, this could be, someone that you're wanting this with, but maybe, you have this attraction to them, but maybe you don't feel good enough. Maybe you don't trust them on a level, whether it's, maybe they, whether they can be trusted or not, but maybe you don't feel that you can. And maybe you don't feel trusting of putting yourself out there, which is why maybe you got the heart-to-heart conversations. And maybe you have these feelings, but maybe like they're not like a good wedding, long-term prospect, like to get married to them. And for those of you, again, who don't know this person yet, it could just be about in the past, maybe this has been blocking you from, finding your person or settling down because you feel you don't attract the right types, and it's like you have these blocks of unworthiness and you don't really trust. And, Cancers, of course, like being represented by the crab, it's like having this tough outer shell, but inside being sensitive. So, it's like you don't always let people in. You have to get past that guard of yours. Okay, some guidance. Oh, new love. And let go of control issues. Okay, so whether is this, let's see, is this for my single people? Single people, one more card for my singles. Okay, we'll just take this one. Put this one underneath because that one came out. And then for those who already have, it's complicated. Ooh, okay. Okay, we'll take that one as well. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so for those of you who do not have this person in mind, it's just you're completely single, there's a new love coming in, okay? And you're having to let go of control issues. So it shows this engagement. So for very well, like this engagement, there could be this partner, this person coming in that you could get engaged to, who you could be marrying, but you need to maybe be more playful, and that could be where the let go of control issues are, because you might want to lock something down so bad that you're getting ahead of yourself. So you might meet them and know, oh, I want to marry them, I want to be with them. However, you know, you don't want to scare them off, right? You know, like you don't want to, even if you know in your gut deep down you're meant to be with this person, you know, you don't want to freak them out because they might not be in touch with that intuition, or even if they are, it still could be scary, right? So, you know, be a little more playful and, you know, let go of your guard, let go of those control issues. And because if ultimately this is really the person for you, you're not going to have to like worry about that, right? And that's where that let go of control issues comes in. Okay, so for those of you who already have a person in mind, okay, guess what? So this new love is different than, for most of you, there's someone else coming in. And the reason why this complicated situation isn't working is because codependency, forgiving and learning, and then healing family issues. So whoever you're in it's complicated situation with, for those of you who are, the person that it's complicated with is more of a karmic partner, a lesson. And it's not to say that they don't have a role or they don't have a purpose, because they do. They're helping you. So they're, you know, because if you've been codependent on someone, or they're codependent on you, you know, whichever way it is, you know, you're healing some family issues. So maybe if they remind you like one of your parents, or it's an issue your parents had, or even your grandparents. I mean, these, you know, familial and ancestral issues go down to the person who heals it and, you know, clears that karma and, you know, ends that cycle. And with forgiving and learning too, like, it could, yeah, this person could have been a hard lesson for you, and maybe they still will factor in somehow because you have to like take the lesson away. And I know sometimes with karmic partners, you know, you feel that intense attraction and pull to them, but it's not based on love. It's, you know, based on you are feeling like, oh, this person I need in my life, and it's like you do, but it's for your growth. Okay, so it's a karmic. It's not, they're, you know, they're for your lesson, for your growth. And that's what makes sense with attraction now, because, you know, it's like you feel this pull, but it's like, oh no, actually they were for a purpose. So if you're wanting this new love to come in, you kind of have to let go of this. It's complicated. And yeah, for some of you, it's like maybe there's things you still have to realize and have your eyes open to before you could do that. But it is showing you that hope for down the road. You know, it's not giving a time frame, but it's showing if you do this, because again, with time frames, it really depends on your free will and what you choose to do. Because if you choose not to work on these things, you know, a new love who is, you know, someone who is more of a soulmate and who's at your, you know, wanting a deep love and who's wanting to get married, and it's something stable and secure and based on mutual love and respect and devotion, that's not going to come in if you don't do your work, right? You know, so, and that's, you know, all of us have to do that, right? You know, it's like we all have things we have to learn and go through. And so it's not to say that, you know, just you Cancers, it's, you know, and again, this whether sun, moon, Venus rising. So let's go into, okay. So the soulmate did show up. So again, this new love, you could attract a soulmate coming in, but it's really, you know, based on if you choose to kind of see things for what they are and move past those issues. And for those of you who don't have someone like this, you've already let go of that. Again, it's like, okay, this is confirming it, so you don't have to, I'm getting like, you could chill out, you don't have to, you know, just trust. If this person's really meant for you, you're not going to have to like chase them down or hold them down, if that makes sense. And a message for you: I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So with the soulmate, it's like I'm getting that it's pretty much for all of you or most of you, like this person you haven't met yet, but on a soul level, they're connected to you. Okay. One more for this side. For those of you who are in It's Complicated, what can help you? Okay, I just want one. There we go. Okay, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as the ocean. So yeah, it's just showing you again, like, this new love, this soulmate. So if you feel like you're not going to feel about someone like you do about this It's Complicated person, it's like, it will be different. It won't be, you know, it'll be in a better way. And I know it's kind of, yeah, it's like you don't really understand what, like, I would maybe look into karmic versus soulmate, because it's like this idea of this attraction, you know, you really haven't maybe understood the dynamic yet of why this person was in your life again, because it's a karmic thing. I'm right by my bookshelf, so I'm going to pull a book out that actually talks about karmic and soulmates. It's called Discovering Your Soul Mission, and it's a karmic astrology book, but there is a part, and this is when I first really heard about karmics and soulmates a long time ago. There's a part where it talks about soulmates and soul contracts, and it talks about like the differences between soulmates and karmic relationships. So this is a book to check out if this resonates for you and you're like, oh, I want to know more. Yeah, it's like, and then also you're watching this obviously about your sign, so you have to have some interest in astrology. So, you know, but that chapter alone could help open your eyes. And I mean, there is information you could find online as well, but it's just, but I did have that book right next to me, so I wanted to show you. Okay, angel answers for Cancer. Okay. So you have abundance coming in, but you might not see it, or you might not see it clearly. And that's like, if you're looking towards the past, and that's sometimes a trait of Cancer. Sometimes you could look towards the past a lot. You know, in relation, you know, like a past relationship, you could sometimes look back, and you could miss this abundance coming in. So be careful of that. And I don't know, I think the no card came through because it was like, I think for some of you are like, are you sure that this person isn't like the person? And it's like, you know, because you don't want to hear that they're not, is what I'm getting. Okay. For any of you, like, yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, like, I'm not going to even pull up clarification on that, and I'm sorry if that, you know, isn't what you want to hear, but all these cards came out for this It's Complicated person. If you're with a It's Complicated person, this person was for your growth. I'm sorry, it's not, you know, you have someone better out there for you who is a soulmate connection. So stop looking in the rear view mirror and, you know, be open to something and someone new. Okay. You know, I'm going to pull a card for those of you who are single now. Completely single, I mean, this is a singles reading, but, you know, this was more that It's Complicated. So, singles all around, whether single or It's Complicated, forgiveness. So I'm getting like practicing, mastering forgiveness. So if there is someone from the past, you know, or, you know, that's lingering, you know, it's time to forgive, you know, and I always say forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you, because you want to start off on a good foot with whoever this new love is coming in, right? You don't want to be holding on to any toxic energy or low vibrations. Okay, Oracle of the Mermaids. So for Cancers, whether Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. Hold on, I'm going to do this again because I just really want one or two cards. Okay. Visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing out-of-body travel. So again, like, I'm getting, remember I said the soulmate is someone you have not met yet, and we have this card about, you know, they're thinking of you this very moment, even though you don't know them, but it's like on a soul level, right? So some of you could actually, even if you haven't met them or seen them in real life, you might have had like a vision of them, or you might have had a dream of them, or it's like this mental picture you even had in your head. There's something about them that is going to be familiar because you've already seen it. So take what resonates, because that might be different for some of you. Okay, one more for Cancer. Okay, just one more. Okay, well, 2 came up, so I will take these 2. Receptivity, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. So remember I said about like letting go of control issues, and you know, that came up, and playfulness. So part of that is you want like a free flow of energy, right? Oh, and with the sacrifice, there are those worth making, there are those that will destroy you. So it's probably because with this codependency, these past relationships, you probably gave your all to this other person and you didn't get maybe much back. And you're having to learn that you don't have to put yourself in the line. You don't have to sacrifice yourself, because you know, it needs to be this balanced give and take, right? I water you, you water me, and then we never, drain each other. If that makes sense. Okay, so with the Black Moon Astrology cards, to get some more about the energies, maybe see what signs are coming up. Okay, so a bunch came out, so I'm just going to put them back until we just get like 1 or 2. So for Cancers, okay, the same cards keep coming back for the different piles. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more, but lunar eclipse change came out. So, and the reason why I'm like, okay, this is probably true, because, the eclipses are a time of change, right? So this past lunar eclipse, July 2019, I'm getting might have done a number on you. Like you might have, that's maybe when things have kind of changed for you, when you've realized to maybe like, you don't want to settle anymore, or, you need to make a change. So, whether you're single or it's complicated, I think this has already kind of started to be ingrained. And with this Leo card, yeah, it's possible you could be involved with a Leo, whether Sun, Moon, Venus, rising. And then it's also interesting too, because we're still in Leo season right now, though it's going to soon change to Virgo. So you might have had some answers come through, is what I'm getting, during like in July for the lunar eclipse, as well as Leo season. And maybe this is clarifying, for you now. So even if you watch this later down the line, this could have been a significant period for you, where we're at like currently and in the recent past. Okay, what else for Cancer? Okay, so we have 7th house partners, Chiron healing, and void, of course, moon missing. So for a lot of you, you might feel like when you're not with someone, something is missing. You want your partner, you miss your partner. And maybe it's because deep down there is someone out there for you, and you're like wanting to find them. But the thing is like they will find you once you've completed your work and you've completed your lessons, you've finished these cycles. And that makes sense, because then you have the healing. Like, Chiron, Chiron, however you say it. It's the asteroid. It's like the wounded healer. So for you, it's like you need to do your healing and realize that you are whole within yourself. Like just because you don't have a partner doesn't make you, you're whole within yourself. You do have a partner out there, but the best way to attract them is to find happiness within, feel whole within, do your healing. And I mean, that's for anybody, but this is what's coming through for you, Cancer. Okay, so some psychic tarot. So the next couple weeks, so if you're watching in the present moment, mid through the end of August, or in the future, the next couple weeks for Cancer. Wow, okay, this card keeps coming up for all the signs. Recognition and reward. So you're kind of waiting for your rewards to come in. You're ready to kind of like, okay, you think you've maybe done your work, you've earned, your place or space, or And it's like you feel like, okay, I'm, ready for what's due. So, yeah, that could be very true, like especially for those of you who are single and who are at this point of you've already kind of let go of that past partner. Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm ready, but however, there might still be that need to have someone else there, and it's like you still have more work to do. So not that you haven't done your work, it's just there's still more you need to do. So don't feel discouraged by this. Like, take recognition in the fact that yes, you've been, doing your work, but, there's still more, before that is coming. Throat chakra. Okay, so sometimes it's like might have had difficulty expressing your needs to your partners. Maybe it's either they're not receptive. Remember, we got the receptivity card, so maybe you've been with partners who just don't care and neglect your needs. And Cancers are very nurturing, maternal sign. Whether male or female, you have that very caring side, and of course, you're the sign that represents the 4th house of home and family. So you're naturally going to have that nurturing quality to you. But it's like in the process you might not have your needs met, and again, because these past partners that you have attracted. Okay, so you need to rest and rejuvenate, just be with you. And it's showing, you're getting what you're wanting in the future. You are having the success. Because, again, you want this partnership, this marriage with someone who you have feelings for, but then you are compatible with. What can you do to help things along? Okay, so authority, the Emperor card. Okay, so if being Cancer, again, like I said about the maternal quality, and you are represented by, each sign has a corresponding planet, and Cancer's is the moon. So being naturally, more emotional and psychically attuned, you're more in that feminine energy because the moon is a feminine energy. So with this authority, this Emperor, it's like you getting in touch with your masculine side, and not your toxic, distorted masculine side. It's like more the divine masculine side. And it's like, you have to stand your ground, set your boundaries, stand in your power. And maybe for you, like, you're so used to, like, again, giving and always being the one to take care of others, but like, and it's like, getting out of that, like, that mothering where it's like you have to, it's like sometimes maybe you can even smother, or like that overbearing thing is what I'm getting. It's like you're needing to get more in maybe your masculine energy to balance out, because we all have a feminine and masculine side, and we should have a balance between them. So, like me as a female, I shouldn't be all feminine. I should have a balance between feminine and masculine, and that goes, for anybody. So when I say that, that's what I'm referring to. Okay. So then, like a month out, so if you're watching now, and like early to mid-September, or if you're watching at a later date, like a month out from now. Okay, singles, Cancer. Okay. So we have the 3 of Cups, rejoice and celebration. And we have stand your ground. What did I just say about standing in your power? The 7 of Wands. So it is showing like maybe a more sociable time is coming. And that can maybe be where you meet your new love or your soulmate. But you have to be in your power. It's like, and I'm getting they'll see you. Like maybe you're afraid that you aren't seen. Like you maybe feel like you blend in, you don't know how to like always communicate when like in a group setting, but they'll see you. So interesting that came through. Okay, so any last messages for Cancer? Moving on. I'm getting on like moving on down the road, and I'm getting it's like time to clear your energy. So whoever this, if you still have a lingering attraction to someone from your past, whether they're in your life or not, whether you're in it, it's complicated, or you're single, but there is someone lingering, it's time to maybe clear your energy of them. You know, might need to do some cord pulling. If you don't know what that is, if you want to look it up, because, you know, there still might be this energetic attachment, and you need to kind of clear the energy. Okay, anything else? Especially if they are taking your energy. If you have an energetic attachment, which I'm sure you do if you've never pulled the cords or cleared your energy. Obstacles and challenges. So yeah, it's showing that if you don't kind of clear this person out, you know, it is going to be a further problem or distraction, because you might feel conflicted. And then, like, you could feel like, with the 3, I'm getting about, like, maybe a third-party situation in a sense. If you haven't cleared this person out or haven't said goodbye to them if they're in your life, and then you meet your soulmate, your new love coming in, that could definitely complicate things. Oh, jeez. Come on. Power. Okay, yeah, again, you need to stand in your power and be brave. And with the spiritual strength, I'm getting for some of you, you don't want to have to maybe say goodbye because maybe you don't want that conversation. Like, you'd feel like you might be like being mean, or you might feel like there's no reason, you know, to like say bye to them. But if they're not for your greater good, and they're gonna like get in the way of your soulmate, of someone that you could love and who you do have an equal partnership with, like, why do you need to keep them in your life? So I hope that makes sense. And again, feel free to watch your sun, moon, Venus rising, so you can kind of get more of a story for you personally. And feel free to watch my other videos as well. I do pick a card readings, I do twin flame and light worker readings. And if this resonated, you know, and if you liked it, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And thank you again for watching.